Okay, today we are going to start from this example, shall we? We will simplify. We have cosine of x minus y by using the formula for cosine. It will be cosine x cosine y plus sine x and sine y. And when you divide by cosine x cosine sine y, so if you divide the cosine x cosine y by cosine x sine y, right? So you will get cosine x, cancelled. So you will get cosine y divided by sine y, which is here. And then plus, right? Plus sine x sine y divided by cosine x sine y. So you will get sine y cancelled, right? Sine y cancelled. So you will have sine x divided by cosine x, which is basically cotangent y plus tangent x, which is the first fraction. Okay. In the second one, we have a tangent formula for the difference, everybody. If you just, rename this x plus y, imagine this x plus y is like a z, all right? To make it look clear for you guys. It's like a tangent z minus tangent y divided by 1 plus tangent z tangent y. Well, that is the formula for tangent z minus y, correct? Right? Tangent z minus y. Well, z is x plus y, so minus y plus y is cancelled. So this basically, it is equal to tangent of x. You see? Now, when you just move here, so minus tangent of x, cotangent y plus cotangent x from here, and then this is subtraction, as you see, Shabab, minus tangent x, which is going to be cotangent of y.
Yes.
So that is another nice question, actually.
Doctor,
Mm-hmm.
how we put tan x plus y minus y?
Okay, that is what I have been explaining, actually. Looks like I need to do it again. So this is, imagine this is x plus y is z, all right? So we have tangent z minus tangent y divided by 1 plus tangent z tangent y. So that is a tangent formula for tangent z minus y, Shabab. All right? So tangent z minus y will be, plus y minus y is cancelled. So we'll get tangent x. All right. Another is, again, calculations. Well, a sine square of 36 plus cosine square of 36, which is 1, of course. And plus, we have tangent of 36 and multiplied by cotangent of 264. Well, 264 is in the third quadrant, right? Third quadrant, and the reference is 84. So cotangent of 264 is the same as cotangent of 84 in the third quadrant. All right, is this clear, Shabab? And divided by tangent 36 minus, again, cotangent 84. But I know by the cofunction identities, cotangent 84 is the same as tangent 6. Am I right, Shabab?
Yes.
Aywa. And so then it becomes, again, a tangent formula. But if you notice, Shabab, it is upside down tangent formula, right? It's a tangent of 36 minus 6, but it is upside down. So it is 1 over tangent of 30 actually.
Cotangent.
36 minus 6 is tangent of 30. That means cotangent of 30. So which is root 3.
Doctor,
Yes?
can I say directly it's cotangent 36 minus 6 directly?
Well, if you like to memorize like this, yeah, it is. You can do that, of course. Well, there is another one. Let's just do the same thing. Tangent 73 is okay, but how about cotangent 257, Shabab? So let's see what is 257.
It will be 77, the reference angle.
Right, let's subtract 180, so it will be 7, and it will be 7 again, and so it is 77 is the reference angle in the third quadrant. So we can write it as a tangent of 73, all right, and then minus cotangent of 77. All right, divided by, it will be 1 plus, right? Because tangent is the function, Shabab. So this minus will come out. There is another minus. So it will be 1 plus tangent of 73 and cotangent of 77.
And we can find the confunction of the cotangent.
Yes, cotangent 77 is the same as,
Tangent 13.
okay, so it is tangent of 13 degree, right? By co-function identities, Shabab. 13 degree. Tangent of 13 degree. So it is 1 plus tangent of 73 and tangent of 13. All right. Now how it looks like? It looks a tangent formula. Tangent of difference, right? Tangent of 73 minus 13. Okay, which is equal to tangent of 60. So which is a root of 3.
Root of 3. Yes.
Perfect. Okay. Yeah, again, another tangent formula. It is the first one is, right, Shabab? Tangent what? Tangent of 5 pi over 12 and plus pi over 4, correct? And then plus 1 over root 3. Plus 1 over root 3. Okay, 5 pi over 12 plus pi over 4. How much is that, Shabab? It will be tangent of
8 pi of 12.
8 pi over 12. Perfect. Well, it is the same as tangent of 2 pi over 3. Am I right? 2 pi over 3 divided by 4, right, Shabab? Tangent of 2 pi over 3 is how much, everybody? Do you remember? Negative, huh? Negative root 3, huh, Shabab? It is in the second quadrant, huh? Okay. And we have plus. Okay, let's just keep this one. Plus 1 over root 3. So, do you remember how to add this one? Who's going to tell me?
Can we rationalize the function?
Yeah. How do we do that, Shabab? Root 3 times root 3 is how much?
3. I mean negative 3.
So it will be negative 3 plus 1
over root of 3.
Over root of 3.
And we rationalize the denominator.
Negative 2 over root 3. Which is equal to negative 2
times root of 3 over 3.
Exactly.
Dr. White's negative root 3.
Yes, it is 2 pi over 3 is in this second quadrant, Shabab. Yes. 2 pi over 3 is in the second quadrant. Again, it's just a, tangent formula. Shabab, maybe to make it easy for you, imagine this is A, okay? Let me choose the different color. Imagine this alpha plus 65 is A, huh, Shabab? And alpha minus 55 is B. And write the formula again, Shabab. How does it look like? 1 plus tangent A, tangent B, divided by tangent A minus tangent B.
This is cotangent, Doctor.
Right. Now this is a, flipped tangent formula, right? So when you flip the tangent, so that means, yeah, it is cotangent, of course. Let me write it. It is 1 over tangent of, Shabab, tangent of A minus B. Correct? That means cotangent of A minus B, of course, if you like. All right, now we know the A and B, right? So can you tell me what is A minus B, Shabab? Not plus.
Doctor, you mean cotangent A minus?
A minus B, Shabab. Can you tell me what is A minus B, Shabab? Who's going to tell me?
65 plus 55?
55, yes.
It is equal to cotangent what?
120.
120. Ava. Everybody, did you guys see that? A minus B is equal to 120. Okay, looks like everybody understood. So which is equal to, Shabab, in the second quadrant, it is the same as negative cotangent of reference angle, right? So which is equal to negative 1 over root 3. or if you like, negative root 3 over 3. All right, Shabab. Well, next, so I'm gonna leave some more exercise for you. These are, of course, all the major exam questions. Now, we will just remember the cofunction identities again, Shabab. We are gonna use these cofunction identities to solve some simple trigonometric equations, basically. All right, basic trigonometric equations. So if you have sine function, so you can write it as, in terms of cosine. So sine of 90 minus theta is equal to cosine theta. And this similarly for all the other functions between secant, cosecant, and between tangent and cotangent. So the idea here, Shabab, when you add these two angles, 90 minus theta and the plus theta will be equal to 90, right? Right. This side plus the other side is going to be equal to 90. Now, this side plus the other side will be equal to 90. So they are complementary angles, right? Remember? So look at here. We have cotangent of theta equals tangent of 25. So what is the theta? Well, theta plus alpha should be 90. This is theta, this is alpha. So if cotangent theta is equal to tangent alpha, so theta plus alpha should be 90. Yani complementary. So the theta is equal to 90 minus alpha. So 90 minus 25, which is 65. Right? Cofunction identity. And similarly, is sine theta equal cosine of negative 30. Okay, so two sides, when you add it, theta plus negative 30 is 90. Negative 30 goes to the other side, so you will get theta equals 120. Okay, quite simple logic, Shabab. So let's just look at some of the questions. For example, we have cosine of 2 theta plus 30 is equal to sine of theta. Okay, then when you add these angles, this side plus the other side should be equal to 90 degree.
Yes.
Okay, then solve for theta. Theta is equal to 20. Quite a simple question, sir. These are major exam questions, of course, from previous. Let's look at this one, another one maybe. So here, theta plus 25, and then plus 3 theta minus 15. Okay, should be equal to what? 90. How many thetas we have? 4 theta plus 10 equals 90 degree. So theta will be equal to 20, correct?
Yes.
80 divided by 4 is 20. And similarly, you can solve the other questions. All right. Is the idea is clear, Shiva? Right?
Yes.
Of course, because the functions are a periodic function, Shiva, those solutions are not the only one, Shiva. We might get, more solutions for the same question, because the function, trigonometric functions are periodic functions. So those solutions are not the only one solution, okay? But in the exam, they mean to find that simple solution, so not all other solutions. Okay, here is our famous reduction identity, reduction formula, which reduces the number of functions into one function here. That's why we call it reduction. You see, we have sum of two functions, a times sine x plus b times cosine x. You see, we have two functions here. And that can be written as k times sine function. So k times sine x plus alpha. That is the difference. We have k here and we have angle alpha here. So we just need to know how to find the number k here and the angle alpha. How do we find the number k? Since we know the a and b, so we can calculate k as simple as a square plus b square and then square root. That much simple. And to find this alpha, everybody, we're going to take this number a as the first coordinate of the point. Number b is the second coordinate of the point. That's why it is important, Shabab. First number from the coefficient of sine, okay? So in the question, Shabab, make sure you are writing sine first and then plus cosine next. All right? Because the first number a is the first x coordinate and the second number b is the y coordinate of the terminal point of the alpha. So AB is a point on the terminal side of the alpha. And of course, if you know the point on the terminal side of an angle, then we know what is sine alpha, cosine alpha, tangent alpha, right, Shabab? So tangent alpha, remember, y coordinate divided by x coordinate, right? So it is going to be b divided by a. All right, so we will see, if we can find the alpha from this, information.
Doctor,
Yeah.
I have a question, please.
Yeah.
X represents theta or a number?
Where is here?
Yeah, X here.
So what is cosine of x?
I mean, it's
Cosine of the angle, yes, angle.
Yeah.
Yes.
What if the angle is not common in both sine and cosine? Maybe X is different. I cannot use the formula, right?
Yeah, we are talking about this one, Shiva. All right.
And why
we are
we
talking.
choose? Yeah, and why we choose sine, not cosine? Like k cosine x plus theta, alpha. I mean.
Yeah, there is a way to change it to cosine, which will be a little bit more complicated. But this is the easy one, Shiva. This is the easy one. All right. Making the sum of two functions as the single sine function. You see, we are reducing the number of functions to one. Instead of two functions, we are using only one function with some difference, x plus alpha here and k is here. Of course, if you like to switch from sine to cosine, yes, you can write this function in terms of cosine, right? You know how to switch from sine to cosine, right, Sabah?
Yes.
Yeah, by cofunction identities, you can write the sine function in terms of cosine if you like. Yeah, that is possible. Okay, let's see the practice questions now. You see now we have 2 sine x minus 2 root 3 cosine x. So we want to write it as a single function. So let's see what is the number k. A square plus b square. So a is 2 here, Shabab. 2 square is 4. And b is negative 2 root 3 here. This is the b. That's why the first function is sine, second function is cosine. Important, Shabab. The a is 2, okay? If you see in the exam, if they write the cosine first and then sine, just make sure you just rewrite it as a sine first and then cosine, so that the number next to sine is number a. Understand? That is important. So number a square is 4 and b square is 12, which is going to be 16. So root of 16 is 4. That is clear. Now, what was the alpha about, Shabab? Alpha is angled so that the point AB, you see that, Shabab? AB. If you confuse the A and B, so you will get the wrong point, huh? So make sure A is coming from the sine function here, right? And B is coming from the cosine function, Shabab. All right. Now, this is a point on the terminal side. Well, this point looks like in the fourth quadrant, right? First is positive, second is negative. X is positive, Y is negative, so it is in the fourth quadrant. So tangent of alpha is B over A, which is equal to negative root 3. Well, if tangent alpha is negative root 3 and alpha in the fourth quadrant, of course, alpha should be negative 60 degree, right?
Yes.
You see, we should remember these things. Again, you see, tangent of negative 60, yani pi over 3, will be negative root 3. So if the alpha is in the second quadrant, imagine if alpha is in the second quadrant and tangent alpha is negative root 3. So how do you find the alpha, Shabab?
We found the theta that it's equal to root of 3, which is pi over 3.
In the second quadrant.
Yeah, and also it's gonna be minus, right? Because tan it's
Yeah. So what is the angle in the second quadrant?
uh, 180.
It will be pi minus pi over 3.
Yeah, 2 pi over 3. Right? In the second quadrant, it is 2 pi over 3. Okay.
How do you know it's pi over 3? Like the alpha.
Yeah. So tangent is negative root 3, Shabab. We should know these things. We should memorize these things, Shabab. Tangent pi over 3 is root 3, right? Okay, now after we find the number k, k is 4, and so it is sine of x plus alpha. So it will be x minus pi over 3. That is the single function. All right. Now you can answer the question. Find the amplitude. Of course, amplitude is 4. Huh, Shabab? Remember these basic questions. Find the shift. You understand what is shift, Shabab? Pi over 3, huh? Pi over 3. Find the period. Find the range. What is the range of the function? Do you know that, Shabab? Range of the function?
Between minus 4 and 4.
Yes, from negative 4 to 4. Yani if you calculate the number k, you see, number k, if the question is only for the range, Shabab, right? If the question is asking the only range, and so I don't need to do anything else, just look at the k, right? So it will be from negative 4 to 4. So you don't have to waste your time to calculate the other things. All right. Well, another question, the same one almost. We have a is 2 and b is negative 2 root 3. Same question, but there is x over 3 here. Instead of x, we have x over 3. Well, we will do the same thing, of course. Again, k is 4 and alpha is negative pi over 3. Because the same numbers, Shabab, a and b are the same, just like the example before, right? Same example. So you will find the same k and same alpha. So only difference here is instead of x, we have x over 3, all right? Instead of x, we have x over 3. Okay, write x over 3. So x over 3 plus alpha. So it is x over 3 minus pi over 3. Yes, you can find the amplitude, shift, period, and range of the function now. All right. Some exam questions, let's look at. Sine of 40 degree plus cosine of 40 degree is equal to k times sine of theta. Then what is the values of k and theta? Well, let's calculate the k, Shabab. K is a square, a is 1, as you see, right? Plus b square, b is 1 also, right? So k is root 2. Okay. How about point AB, Shabab? Well, A is 1, right? A is 1, B is 1, right? So point is 1, 1. Yani in the first quadrant, point is 1, 1. So how did we calculate tangent alpha? B ala A, that means B over A is 1. In the first quadrant, tangent is 1. So what is the angle? 45, of course, right? These things, we should know that. Now, Shabab, sine of 40 plus cosine of 40 is equal to k times sine of x plus alpha. You see that? This x is 40, yani, right? So it is sine of x plus alpha. Well, x is 40, alpha is 45, so it will give you sine of 85. So root 3 times sine of 85, so you can see the k is root 3 and theta is 85. Shabab. Let's do this one. So sine of 15 plus cosine of 15 is equal to what, Shabab? What do you think? What is the k here?
The k here will be root of 2.
Same thing, right? Root
Yes.
2 times sine of 15 degree, yani x plus alpha. What is alpha, Shabab?
It will be root of
45.
12.
So it is root 2 times sine of 60.
Yes.
Sine of 60 is root 3 over
2. Be root of 6 over 2.
So it is root of 6 over 2. Here they are asking about the range of the function. Well, for this first, sine minus root 3 cosine, so I'm going to use a reduction formula to write it as k sine of x over 2 plus alpha. So I don't need to worry about what is alpha. I just need to know what is k here. A k is 2. And we have minus 3 here. So how do we calculate the range now? So the first range of the sine function is negative 2 to 2, and then I need to subtract 3, right, Shabab? So it will give you negative 5 to 1. All right?
Doctor,
Yes.
if it's possible, could you please explain how can we find theta? Because I did
Theta,
not get
alpha?
alpha, yeah, exactly.
Alpha, okay, just let's go back to question again. So you need to find the point. Point is from A and B. So A is 2, B is 2, negative 2 root 3. So that means it is in the fourth quadrant. Tangent alpha is B over A. So when you calculate, it gives you negative root 3. Okay, now you are in the fourth quadrant. What is tangent alpha? Negative root 3. So what is alpha? Alpha is going to be negative 60. Right? All right. In this case, Shabab, we have a small problem here that we should see what's going on here actually. So this is root 3 over 2 secant x. Well, it is root 3 over 2 times cosine x, right, Shabab?
Yes, we rewrite it as cosine.
Yeah. So now again, it is a reduction question. So a sine x, b cosine x. So what is the k, Shabab? K is 1 over 4 plus 3 over 4, which is 1. And so the a is 1 over 2, okay? B is negative root 3 over 2. So this is the point on the terminal side of the alpha. Well, this is in the quadrant 4, of course, right? So tangent alpha is b divided by a. If you divide b by a, Shabab, you will get negative root 3. Now, tangent alpha is negative root 3. Then what is alpha?
Negative 60.
Negative 60, of course. Shabab, these things already we are done, right, Shabab? If you forget it, please go back to chapter 5 and remember these things again. All right. So we have k is 1 and alpha is negative 60. Yes, k is 1, alpha is negative 60. So the correct answer is A. A single, just a range question, Shabab. I'm going to leave it to you as an exercise. Again, the range question. That is a quite simple one. Well, in this case, we have cosecant 10. Well, that means 1 over sine 10 minus root 3 divided by cosine 10, right? Secant 10 means cosine 10. Now, when you subtract these two fractions, Shabab, so you will get cosine 10 minus root 3 sine 10, right? Cosine 10 minus root 3 sine 10. You understand? So, but just write the sine first. Minus root 3 sine 10 plus cosine 10 divided by sine 10 cosine 10. Did you understand this numerator, Shabab? Huh? So
Yes,
first sine and then plus
How?
cosine, Shabab. Multiply by cosine times 1 is cosine. Do you see that, Shabab? Cosine times 1 is cosine, which is here. Sine times minus root 3. You see that, Shabab? Aywa. Minus root 3 sine 10. If you know how to do the subtraction for fractions. And then you need to multiply sine 10 times cosine 10, right? And now we have a reduction formula here, Shabab. Reduction formula. So A is negative root 3 and B is 1 here, right? So when you change it to the single function, Shabab, K will be 2 times sine of 10 degree plus alpha. Okay, we will see what is alpha. And divided by sine of 10 degree times cosine of 10 degree is the same as 1 over 2 times sine of 20 degree. For that one, I should make a small reminder for you guys. Do you remember we solved this problem before? What is sine of 2x? What was that, Shabab? 2 times Sine x, cosine x.
Yes.
And if you multiply both sides by half, so half times sine 2x is the same as sine x cosine x. We will study these kind of formulas again in the next section, Shabab. We call it double angle and half angle formulas. Now we see sine of 10 times cosine of 10, right? You see, if you have sine of 10 times cosine of 10 is equal to 2 times 10, yani 20. So half times sine 20. So that's how I wrote it here. Half times sine 20. Okay. I am done with the new denominator here. So for the numerator here, I need to find the angle alpha, Shabab. Again, what is the point on the terminal side? A is negative root 3, right? A is negative root 3 and B is 1. So tangent alpha is negative 1 over root 3. Of course, this point is on the second quadrant, right? Negative is the x coordinate, 1 is the y coordinate. So it is in the second quadrant. Second quadrant, tangent is negative 1 over root 3. So then alpha should be 150 degrees in the second quadrant. Tangent of 150 is equal to negative 1 over root 3.
This you got from memorizing, right?
Yes, yes, Shiva.
So, doctor, I will say which angle give me 1 over root 3 in the first quadrant, which is 30.
30.
Yeah,
yes.
then I will use the reference angle to find in the second quadrant.
Real angle, yes. Yes, perfect.
Yeah,
Perfect. Perfect.
Doctor?
Yes.
After the step of 2 sine of 20 over half sine of 20, what did we do?
Okay, let's finish this one first.
Okay.
10 plus 150 is sine 160, right? 10 plus alpha, so alpha is 150, sine of 160. Sine of 160 is the same as sine of 20, correct?
Oh, okay.
Right? Reference angle, right, Shiva?
Yes.
All right. Now sine 20 is cancelled. You see, sine 20 is cancelled. 2 divided by half is 4, of course. 2 divided by half is 4. Okay. Well, similar, the same question, Shabab. We have, instead of 10, we have 20. Yeah? Instead of 10, we have 20. So minus sine 20 plus root 3 cosine 20 divided by sine 20 cosine 20. So maybe we should continue here. So by the reduction formula, the denominator will be, numerator will be 2 times sine of 20 plus alpha. Let me write alpha so that we can do it later. And by the formula again, I just remind you here. So it is half times, Shabab, sine of 2x. Well, x is 20, 2x is sine 40. Sine of 40. Okay, so how do you find the alpha, Shabab? So we need to look at the point again. Point is A is negative 1 and B is root 3.
Yes.
So what is tangent alpha? Tangent alpha is B over A
minus
negative root 3. أيوة. So what is the quadrant?
negative 60.
Second quadrant. لا يا شباب. Second quadrant.
Yes.
so it's minus
120 شباب.
Yeah.
Right? Alpha is 120 in this second quadrant. So 2 times sine شباب 20 plus 120 is 140. Huh?
Yes.
على half times sine 40. Of course, sine 140 is the same as sine 40. So result will be again 4, huh? Okay. Shabab, are you guys sure you completely understood how to calculate alpha, which is very important part, Shabab? Huh?
Yes, but I need to practice more to fully understand it.
Anyway, this is just about how much you remember from chapter 5, Shabab.
everything is connected, doctor, here.
صح صح يعني one section is not separated from other section شباب, it's all together. Yes. Well, let me see شباب, how many minutes do I have left? Can you remind me? 2 minutes left.
Yes.
Okay, let's just talk about here. You can calculate sine of negative 15 as 30 minus 45, so you can just continue after that. That's easy. Cosine 13 pi over 12. Well, this is in the third quadrant, right? 13 pi over 12 is equal to negative cosine reference angle. Reference is pi over 12. I wonder if you guys know how to find the reference angle?
Yes.
13 pi over 12 minus pi, right?
Yes.
So it will be pi over 12. Now, another question is, how do you know pi over 12 is pi over 3 minus pi over 4? I gave you examples before. I hope you remember that. So the pi over 12 is the same as pi over 3 minus pi over 4. After that, you know what to do, right? Cosine formula for the difference of the angles. And I am definitely sure most of you guys will switch to degree and solve as a degree. That's fine in the exam. Tangent of 17 pi over 12. Again, 17 pi over 12 is in the third quadrant, Shabab. Right? It is greater than pi, of course, as you clearly see, but it is less than 3 pi over 2. So it is in the third quadrant. A reference is 5 pi over 12. Tangent is positive, of course. Tangent 5 pi over 12. So it is the same as tangent pi over 6 plus pi over 4. After that, you know how to use the tangent formula. And the last one here is just a matter of writing cotangent 10 as a tangent 80, right? Cotangent 10 is tangent 80. Cotangent 20 is tangent 70, of course. After that, you can follow the formula.
Yes.
So, inshallah, we'll continue.
Doctor?
Yeah.
Please, could you go to the
Hmm.
previous? B for minus cosine pi over 3 minus pi over 4.
Mm.
Okay. Can I first use the, separate the minus, use the formula to find the value, then multiply by minus.
Perfect. Yes. Yes. Perfect.
So,
Calculate cosine first, but then multiply by minus.
yeah, to avoid
Yes. To avoid the mistakes. Yes. Perfect. Very good. Very good.
Doctor?
Yes.
Sunday's quiz on which chapters?
6364 شباب.
Okay.
Yes, 6364. Again, the 8 p.m. Huh, شباب.
Okay.
I
Thank
will
you.
also email
Have
you.
a nice
شباب.
day.
You too شباب.
Thank you, doctor. Have a nice day.
أهلا شباب. We'll see you guys inshallah.
inshallah. Have a nice weekend, doctor.
You too شباب. Take care of yourself.
Inshallah. You too.